2021, new config, new video. So to download my config, just head over to my Discord server. There's a link in the description below. Go ahead and go to releases and press on the newest link, iMicro's config 2021. Go ahead and download that. Once you've done downloading, you'll have it on your downloading folder, most likely. Now let's go on to how to install it. Let's start with the top, Lod Tweaks. If you don't know what Lod Tweaks is, I have a video on what it is, or well, more how to get it, but yeah. There's also you need a NVIDIA graphic card for Lod Tweaks. However, you can also do it with AMD graphic cards. I have not managed to find a way to do it with Intel yet, but I'll make a video on that if I do. So here's a tutorial for those with AMD. I also have a video and it's probably easier to watch the video rather than the guide. This isn't my guide, I just found it on the internet. Credit to Slane for giving me that. So yeah, let's start with Lod Tweaks. You're gonna go on Lod Tweaks and you'll find a lot of files. Just open the one called NVIDIA Inspector. From here, you press this little tool down here. Now, back in the days, you would need to manually change some numbers and stuff, but I've made it easier. So what you do now is just you press the tool, you get this window popping up, and you press this little button here called Import User Define Op Profiles. Now there's Lod Tweak off and there's Lod Tweak on. So you're gonna select the on one and press open. Now you're gonna wait. And there we go, profiles successfully imported. Press OK and then press apply changes. Now you might want to press this twice just to make sure it applied, but yeah. Now wait for the green bar to finish and you should be good to go. Now if you wish to disable these settings, you can do so with a few commands in game, but if you want to completely disable them using the same program, you press import settings and then you select the off one. So yeah, that's the same process, just the other file. Now on to the next step. Head back to iMicro's Precious and now you'll find this TF folder. Now what you'll do with this is you just drag it over your old or your other TF2 folder. So go to Steam, Library, and then right click TF2, Properties. Now while we're in Properties, we might as well go over to back to there and grab the launch options. Go ahead and copy paste these into here, and then you can close this. And then yeah, now head to local files and then press browse. You can go ahead and close that. Now put this over here. Now you see there's a TF here and there's a TF here. What you want to do is press common and then it'll just drag this over to Team Fortress 2. Now it might ask you to replace a few files, just press replace the files in the destination. Now keep in mind that this will overwrite your config, so you should probably create a backup of your own config. So yeah, also never try to combine configs, that's not a good idea unless you know what you're doing. So that's about it. Now you have the Lod Tweaks and the TF and the launch options applied. You can go ahead and play. You can go ahead and press play. There we go. Now when you start the game it might look a bit different, and this is probably because I have a few other launch options than you would have. I removed a few of them because they're specific for my PC, and instead of having to explain what they do and what you need to do to change them, I just left them out. But yeah, you can customize the launch options, just keep the ones that I put in there, or at least that's recommended. Now, well, yeah, what is there to say? You've acquired my config, congratulations. Let's go ahead and check it in game. Yeah, also you can type MGA to enter MGA, you can type BOP to enter a BOP server. So let's take an example here. GA, press enter, and there you go. So here we are on Market Garden Arena server. I won't be playing here. I just came here to show off the config. So this is how it looks as Soldier. As you can see, the lights are a bit kind of strange, weird. But yeah, don't worry about it. It's a part of the config. You can also head over to Spy and you'll see that everything looks quite different. And this is because of the config, do not worry about that. There's also Sniper. Now we're back to good graphics, or somewhat good graphics. Yeah, there's different stuff for some classes, but yeah. Now let's check the FPS, shall we? So netgraph 1. And yes, I kept my FPS at 240. And TF2 does not have a stable FPS, therefore it's not a very solid number. But it's about 240. I'm recording in 60 FPS though, so yeah, and YouTube also just uploads 60 FPS. Now with this config, the default lerp will be at 15.2. You can change this in network settings in user auto-exec. You can change a lot of stuff, but just keep in mind what you're doing while you do it. If you have any questions, you can just enter my Discord server and go ahead and ask there. I'll be happy to help you out change stuff. And if you want to ask about how stuff work, I'll also be happy to answer these questions. Now, I'll just give you some information about the config. It is a customized version of the newest Mastercomfig. Mastercomfig gets updated a lot. However, I will leave a link on how to update it in the description below. So if you wish to update it to the newest version, it will be very easy to do so. It won't affect any of the settings as far as how Mastercomfig works right now. So yeah, that's about it for the video. As said, if there's any question, feel free to ask in the Discord server. And yeah, catch you in the next one. Goodbye.